You know, I was watching the YouTube and something very interesting came on. A female conductor was telling an NYPD officer, lock him up. I don't know him. Ask him my name. Ask him my name. I don't know him. I'm married with kids. He came into the conductor booth. Lock him up. And the fucking police officer sat there and let him go. Let him go. Why NYPD? And she sounded like she was a sister, a Latin sister. Dominican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, black. She sounded exactly like a sister. And she said, I don't know him. She told him, I'm married with kids. Ask him my name. See if he know my name. Ask him. And he let the guy go. Why NYPD? Now, if they wasn't around, he could have went in there and did bodily harm to her. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm mentioning this. If I was a sports journalist, and if I was interviewing Muhammad Ali, if I was a sports journalist, and if I was interviewing Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali introduced me to his home, his children, introduced me to Elijah Muhammad, introduced me to the Islamic woman of their charter, introduced me to all of them. Every Muslim individual who's in the company with Muhammad Ali, I would love it and enjoy it. If I was a sports journalist interviewing Muhammad Ali. But if Muhammad Ali was accused of doing something unlawfully according to the other, there's no way in hell I would get on that idiot box. This is what my grandmother called it, an idiot box. I said, why you always call it an idiot box? She said, you don't see nothing different? And I looked at the tube and I said, yeah, I see a lot. I said, they're all white. My grandmother walked away when I said that. But I'm saying, if Muhammad Ali was accused of doing something detrimental to the opposite, you know, they called my older cousin, who's in his 60s and who's in his 70s right now, almost 80. You know, they call them Negroes. On the birth certificate, Negroes. Not on my birth certificate. On Samuel L. Jackson birth certificate, it's Negroes. Okay? The problem is this. No way I would interview or say anything negative towards Muhammad Ali regarding to what someone else's say that his unlawful actions are. I wouldn't do that. Stephen A. Smith invited to Floyd Money Mayweather home. I know he was introduced to his children. I know he saw the lavish cars and everything else. But now all of a sudden, Money Mayweather Jr. is in shambles. The Federal Bureau of Investigation came and ravaged his home. And then they found out he have a home in Dubai. Somebody talked. Now that's stupidity. After the IRS came and got 25 million from you, or 20 plus million from you, and you're going to have a secret home in Dubai and not forming the Internal Revenue Service, and you're going to have that stupidity. And what follows stupidity? Stupidity. Stephen A. Smith, my brother. I'm disgusted. I'm upset. I'm ashamed. You shouldn't know. Who cares what you are? You should keep your fucking mouth shut. That's his personal business. When he invite you to his home, that was invite you into his home just to see how he's living, how he wants you to see how he's living. He don't want you to see his fucking other side. If he wanted you to see his other side, he would have showed you and told you. Why would you come out there and do that? See, this is the sickening of the Negro people today. When you good, they want to come into you. When you bad, they want to disgrace you and despicable and say you're despicable. say that you shame, you upset. Nobody give a fuck about you being upset. But you did that because you work for that. And if you work for that, you're going to do what you're told. And if it was your mother, you would have did the exact same thing. Don't say you wouldn't, Stephen A., because it's a proven fact. You're like the fucking off-yoke Jews. They told the Jews to bury a ditch. The Jews bury a ditch. The Jews built a ditch. Told the Jews to tell the Jews to get in. The Jews got in. Then the Jews that got in told the Jews to get out. The Jews got out and put the motherfucker Jew in the ditch who digged the ditch, and told the Jews who got out of the ditch, bury him. And you know what the Jews who got out of the ditch? They start digging and burying the Jews who digged the ditch that was in the ditch. What do that tell you? That tell you they're unmoral. They're careless. They're of not of the righteous. They're easily to be persuasive. That's why they are who they are. So the moral to the story is that Floyd is not the first, he's not the last. If you're a black, Negro, African American, or whatever you chose to be, don't show fucking shame for somebody who opened up their arms to you. Because if they wanted you to see their shame, they would have introduced that to you. Mouth closed.